1:49 and I'm in my car for lunch, but I tried to go to lunch at 1:30, and so what happened was basically I got to my car and then like a fire alarm started going off. So then everybody started coming out, and like I'm parked near like an evacuation area. So then everybody started coming out and stuff, and then I'm just like, I can't be eating my lunch in my car as everybody's just like outside chilling, like looking at my car and stuff, and in like really close range. So like, yeah. And also because you have to like sign off and stuff like that, you're here and you're not like in the building, I didn't want to not be there to sign off. So then I got out of my car and then was chilling outside with people, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So it lasted like 20 minutes, and then yeah. And my boss saw me, and then he's like, "Oh, I thought you were on PTO today." I'm like, what? I never said that. What? I'm confused. Yeah, but now I'm gonna start lunch now. Little fun fact about today. People like, there's a handful of people who think that I know everything. So then like they ask me, oh, do you know where this person is? And then I'm like, I don't know where they are. Sorry. And then, yeah, then I go take a walk and I find out if they're here or not. And that person was not here. And apparently they woke up like 10 minutes before their meeting, which was at 2. It's 2 o'clock, basically. It's like 1:58. I just got to my car for lunch. Yeah, I just spent like 2 hours training an operator how to do something. But like, it was technically 2 units, so like probably took like an hour. No, probably took like an hour 15 for one and then like 45 for another. But yeah. But now I'm on break. And also that was only step 1 and there's 3 steps. So yeah. But yeah, they're trying to ship today, but I don't think they're going to ship today. We'll see. I don't have high hopes though. Also, another fun fact. Since today's payday, the advanced projects girl always buys donuts on payday. So this morning she came at like 8:46 a.m. and then I ate a donut, Krispy Kreme donut. I went to my car to grab something, and then I ran into my other PM friend, and then I'm like, oh, she brought donuts. So then she got a donut, and then I got another donut. So basically I ate 2 donuts today. But yeah. Also, they have Pop-Tart donuts this week. It's 2:36 and someone just emailed that they need me and they're waiting for me. So gonna go. I took like a 35-minute lunch. Little update today. The lady who sits next to me got let go. Very sudden. So, okay, apparently it wasn't sudden. So basically, I got back from lunch at like, I don't know, like 2:35 or something like that. Because I cut my lunch short because somebody emailed me and said, we're waiting for you. Anyways, yeah, so that happened. And then I get back and there's the guy who sits behind me was sitting at his desk. The lady who sits next to me was at her desk. And then the HR director was like standing next to the lady who sits next to me. And I'm just like, And then I'm like putting my lunch bag in my backpack, and I hear the HR director talking to the guy who sits behind me about, so they're like doing this whole thing, and like you have to RSVP and you have to pay $20 as a deposit, and then you'll get it back when you show up. And if you don't show up, then you eat the money. But yeah, but they were talking about that, and there's this whole other like thing that like with other people that I know about that is going on, and I don't want to talk about that because I'm about to like leave the area because like I don't want to be there. So then I go on the floor, and then someone needs like help, so then I went to go try to help them, but then I don't know how to like map something for the operator's computer to see. So I went back to the desk area, asked my neighbor, oh, can you help map this? And then they're like, sure. So then they write down the number and stuff, and I'm like trying to like get away because I don't want this HR director asking me if I'm going to this thing, because I don't know if I'm going or not. And yeah, and then me and this guy are now walking away to go help that person, and then the guy who sits behind the guy who sits next to me was like calling my name, and he's like in the warehouse, and then I'm like, what? And then he's like, come here. And then I'm like, okay. So then that guy goes to help map with the operator, and then I go over there, and then the guy closes the door, and he's like, did you hear? Like they're laying your neighbor off. And I'm like, what? Like, and then he's like, it's her last day. And so then after we finished talking, then we went back out to the desk area, and then my neighbor was back, so he finished helping the person map the thing, whatever. And then that lady, and he's helping now, this lady and the HR director, and they're all walking out, the three of them. And then, yeah, that was the last I saw of her. Today, I was randomly like walking around telling somebody to do something for me, and then this guy is just like on the side standing, who's like, I don't know, he like comes by to visit and like help with equipment, I guess, occasionally and stuff, but like he doesn't work at my company. So yeah, and then I see him, and then I'm like gonna walk past him, and then he says hi, and then I'm like, hi, and then he's like, oh, like we never formally met, I'm blank. And then I'm like, oh, hi, I'm blank. And then he asked me what I did, and I told him what I did and stuff, and then yeah, and then I'm like, what do you do? And then he explained what he did, but like that was kind of awkward, but I don't know. It's been like 5 minutes, I think, and I'm waiting for a train. Love that. It's been a while since I've hit a train, so yeah. Okay, I think there's something wrong with this train track, because I moved like, I don't know, like 30 feet, and then the train track started coming down again, and then I got stuck. But now they lifted again, so we'll see if I can actually get across. It's 12:55 right now, and I am in my car for lunch. Kind of early, but today's, the way yesterday was going, it was like looking like the rest of the week kind of was gonna be chill and stuff like that. From yesterday, I had 2 meetings scheduled for today, and they're both mine, but like it was 9:30 to 10 and then 11 to 11:30. So the 9:30 to 10, that went fine, and then the 11 to 11:30 ended up, we had more to talk about than I thought, so then it ended up being 11 to 12. So yeah, and then in that meeting there's like something that's like hot, I guess. That's what they say. They say everything is hot though. So then they're like, oh, can you like get this thing emailed and like sent out by like 1:30? And I'm like, sure. So yeah, but the thing is, today I got a meeting invite for a meeting at 2 to 3. So that's great. And then I got another one 3:30 to 4:30. So now I have 4 meetings today, and yeah. And I had to quickly craft up my email, see, because that meeting ended at 12 o'clock, so I had to go back to my desk and then do this whole like bomb comparison thing, and yeah, and compile information and then send an email. And so I sent it out, and yeah, and then I'm now here for lunch, so I will not get an hour lunch, but yeah, at least I finished that email and stuff, like not super slow. It's 5:08 and I left work at like 5. Okay, I meant to leave at 4:55, but then I ran into somebody and then they started talking to me for like 5 minutes, and now I'm trying to get home, but the route I normally take to get home, the train tracks are like blocked off, and there's like police cars, so I can't take that route. So I turned left and then tried to get the next turn, but then the train tracks are blocked here too, so now I don't know how to get home. 5:13. I went through a whole bunch of roundabouts and stuff, and I made it. So I'm back on my normal route.